IRS requires you to fill out the Form 843 when you're requesting the penalties to be forgiven. I'm going to go ahead and break down the guide step by step on how to fill out Form 843. My name is Sergio Melendez. I am an IRS tax expert and I am here to provide you some tax relief. So filling out Form 843 does have a couple quirks. So this is why I'm doing this step-by-step guide. I consider this as step 2.5 from the 3-part series. And the reason why is that 843, although it's one page, has a couple quirks. And I want to make sure that you just get yourself familiar with it because you would have to fill it out. So you could either fill this out Form 2 on one of the boxes. It has under what provisions, always mark down under reasonable cause or other type of causes. And under the paragraph, because you're going to write a cover letter, you would want to write down just please see attached. So I want to make sure that you actually see the way it is written. It would be that simple. So follow this step-by-step guide. And this is really kind of a companion to really part 2 of the penalty forgiveness guide that I do have out there. Okay, so this is part 2.5, Form 843, step-by-step. So this is the form that's used in conjunction with the penalty abatement request. So this is probably would be considered step 2.5 in the 3-part series. This is you're going to reference something, the actual form 843. Here you go. This is what it looks like. So at the top, you would see form 843. And the name of this form has a really weird name, claim for refund and request for abatement. And I will show you specifically where the instructions would be here. So this is for a refund or abatement of interest, penalties, or addition to tax. So all this means is for penalty forgiveness. All this part here, I'm going to go ahead and skip because this is just your personal information. Just a quick tip. If you're married filing joint, put both names as they appear on the tax return. So if the husband's name is first, you would write his name first, the spouse secondary, and this is just in the same order of the primary social and the spouse's social security number. All right, so here is the nitty gritty of it. The number one, item number one, I'm going to highlight it. So item number one is a period. So this is specific to the year. So if this is for tax year 2017, you would make it from January 1st, 2017 to December 31st, 2017. That's it. You don't never want to do 2 years in one here. You never want to write January 1st, 2017 all the way through December 31st, 2018 to do 2 years. No, you would have to fill this out separately. One for 2017 and one separately for 2018. Next step, amount to be refunded or abated. So the penalties could still be increasing it. So this is okay to be left blank. You're not going to be penalized, or it would be still correct if it's left blank. So part 2, leave blank. Number 3, the type of tax or fee. So if you're an individual or a business, this is what we're abating. The majority part is for income tax. So go ahead and mark income tax. The type of penalty here have to be code specific. So if it is for a personal income tax, the code is 6651 parentheses A, and it's 1 through 3. Okay, this is failure to file and failure to pay penalties included under this IRC code section. If you're a business like an S Corp, C Corp, I have the link below where it has all the different codes for the type of penalty. Now, step number 5A, interest penalties and additions to tax. So this is right here where you would mark off why we're requesting this. Is it because of interest was assessed as a result of IRS errors or delays? This is because they gave you something in writing, an advice in writing from the IRS. And the third one is because of reasonable cause or other reason. I would always mark off when it's a reasonable abatement. I would go ahead and just check mark this one here. Even if it's under the provisions of the first time penalty abatement. Dates of payments, you don't have to write anything for dates of payments. You can go ahead and skip that. Item number 6, original return. So if you're an individual tax return, we do 1040. Even if in the past you did a variation of the 1040, such as the 1040A or the 1040 EZ, they all fall under individual income tax and it's all 1040. And then you would give your explanation. Of course, I'm sorry, let's go back to number 6.
The 990s is for the nonprofit organizations. 1120s for C corps. 1120Ss are S corps, but they fall under the wing of an 1120S. Explanation. So if you're doing this with no reasonable excuse, no reasonable cause, it's under the provisions of the first time penalty abatement. Here, just write out that statement. I'm requesting for the penalties to be abated under the provisions of the first time penalty abatement. And it looks something like that. But if you do have a reasonable cause, then here you would write a statement such as, please see the attached documents. And that is good enough. So if you wrote a cover letter, that's great, fantastic. And the cover letter could be 2 or 3 pages long, maybe longer, narrating a very clear, concise story of the reasons why. In addition to that, you would want to have your proof. And that's it. You basically are done with the 843. When you're all done, you do have to sign and date. I recommend doing that in blue ink. And if it's a married filing joint return, both taxpayer and the spouse have to sign and date. And that's it. You submit this along with the packet, with the cover letter and the proof, and you are all done.
I hope you liked the video and you got a lot of information from it. If you have any comments, please drop them below. I'm more than happy to respond back. I definitely have more tips and tricks coming your way, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching.